Hey, welcome to SEC After Dark. I am the main host until Corey gets here, but Stephen Willis. I'm joined by Mike Huseman, Jeb Beecham, and Jake Thomas. And we are going to kind of be doing an NCAA tournament watch along tonight with what's going on. Not a lot is happening other than the SEC being really good at basketball in this tournament. And no surprise out there, Ole Miss has decided, hey, let's give this high-level basketball thing a shot. And they're just beating the heck out of everybody.
Yeah.
That last win was impressive. Yeah.
Played well.
Yeah.
Played very well last win.
Yeah, it was one of those things. The rumor is Chris Beard told his team before when they got to the NCAA tournament, just get past North Carolina and I will handle the rest.
And he has.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say Iowa State did not look like they were in that game for most of it.
No.
And their best player was hurt. I didn't expect they'd make much of a run anyway.
Yeah.
And Sean, is it Padula for you
Padula.
guys? Yeah, if he's on, that Ole Miss team is on.
Yeah. The key though is Matthew Morrell. When Matthew Morrell is making threes, you can't guard this team.
Yeah, you're right.
And I think y'all match up pretty well with Michigan State. So
yeah,
I think so too. Now Michigan State's an elite rebounding team.
Yeah.
Ole Miss is a very poor rebounding team.
Yeah.
So there's a chance in this game that Ole Miss just gets mauled on the boards, and that is Michigan State's path to winning in the Sweet 16. But if they actually are allowed to play and what's going on, and it's a rock fight, I take Ole Miss in that game, honestly, right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, Bama has stretched it out to a 15-point lead in the second half with about 10 minutes left. 80 points already, still north of 10 minutes to go in the game. They have 80 points already.
Oh, I love this little comment right here.
Fantastic point. I wouldn't have thought it was 13 years, to be honest, until I thought about it.
Yeah. They're hoping it's not an all SEC 44. Like the Nicole Auerbachs and Danny Cannells are hoping.
Yeah.
That
they were ready to jump on, about how bad the SEC was after Missouri got beat in the first round. And then Mississippi State and A&M went down in the second round. But, I mean, if you have an all-SEC Final Four, you can't say much at all.
But you look like how likely it could be. Florida and Auburn are the favorites in their division. Tennessee and Kentucky one of them could easily win that division, although I like Houston a lot. So.
Houston on their day can beat anybody. I think they'll be the biggest.
Yeah.
To get four SEC teams, Houston's probably the biggest roadblock. But
Alabama getting past Duke's pretty rough too.
Pretty good too.
Right.
Yeah. I think Alabama and Duke is the reason there's not going to be an all SEC Final Four.
Yeah.
But if Alabama shoots like they are tonight,
it's not going to matter.
Anybody.
It doesn't matter who they're playing. Yeah.
And the thing about it is Alabama and Auburn both have already beat Houston on the year. So it's hard. I know Ole Miss and Auburn played a couple of times already, and I know Tennessee and Kentucky's played like 3 times already this year. It's hard to beat teams multiple times in a season. So if Alabama and Auburn have a chance at Houston again, I think Alabama will. If they get past Duke, we'll see if they can handle them. And then perhaps probably Auburn in the championship game if they get that far.
So we're at the point where records are in danger, like lifelong records, the entire NCAA tournament for most 3-point shots made in an NCAA tournament game. Because there's 10 minutes to go in this Alabama game. Alabama has made 18 3-point shots.
Good God.
They are 3 away from tying the record from Loyola Marymount, the Hank Gather's Bo Kimball team, those guys back in the day. This is absolutely nuts. You look at Aiden Holloway's 5 of 11. They're shooting 45% from 3, and they've made 18 3-point shots.
Good night.
Yeah.
They may throw it all in this game.
40. That's really impressive. Wow.
Yeah.
They may shoot lights out in this game and struggle against Duke.
Yeah.
Well,
I think they're about to make another one too, because now they're showing 19 of 41.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Yeah, they're about to make another 3. They're showing 86, 68.
Good
so
Lord.
yeah. They have to make 2 3-point shots. Oh my goodness. They're just jacking it up at this point.
Because why not?
Yeah, Mark Sears is 7 of 12, and Aiden Holloway is 6 of 12. This is I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this.
I'm gonna say it's not gonna happen often, but if you're that on, why not? Just go for it.
Yeah.
Good point.
Florida
It's absolutely.
and I see.
Yeah, Florida kind of
Yeah.
fixed things. They had an injury to
Yeah.
Alex Condon, and Maryland was able to have a little bit of a run back to get in the game. And it looks like Florida's adjusted after halftime. You're seeing a lot of Chin Liu, or I think that's his name.
Yeah.
And Florida is just dominating inside. It's a 10-point game now.
I got a question for you guys. How do you think this Arkansas Texas Tech matchup's going to go? You think Arkansas matches up well with Texas Tech?
I think Arkansas has the athletes to match up with absolutely anybody.
Yeah.
Now the question is, are the athletes that Arkansas have going to affect Texas Tech to the point where they can't function?
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's the question. And if Arkansas is hitting their threes and hitting their shots, that's kind of the X factor of what's going on.
Yeah.
Bama's up by 18 now. Florida's up by 8.
Good Lord.
If Arkansas can handle Toppin, Texas Tech's guard, which athletically they should be able to guard him. It's one of the strengths I think they have. They could be in good shape in that game. But he's a good guard for Tech.
Wow. 88 to 68, 20
Yeah.
point lead. Good night.
This Alabama team would win the national championship.
If they play like this, they're going to be a hard beat. But, I mean, you got to make it. Now it all depends on making shots. You've got to make your shots each and every game now. Because if you don't, you're just in trouble.
And the NCAA tournament, they have hard rims. And a lot of time the story of the game is Team A doesn't shoot well for whatever reason. Alabama obviously can shoot well inside this environment. So the game against Duke, I'm telling you, it's going to be a fun game. I mean, Cooper Flagg and those guys are really good players. But,
Yeah, they are.
That's probably going to be the fun game of Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
If Duke makes it past whoever they're playing.
Arizona, who was playing very well now.
Yeah.
Arizona is playing well.
Oh yeah, and they have former North Carolina game like Love, Caleb Love, is that his name?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to be up to play Duke.
That's right.
So what's the 4? Ole Miss Auburn 4? Is that?
Oh,
would
yeah,
that really be the 4th time?
Yeah,
Two
it'll be the
regular
4th
season?
time they played.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they played 2 regular season, 1 time in the SEC tournament.
How many times has Ole Miss won that?
None.
But
All right.
they get another shot.
That's how we are with Kentucky. I get it. What?
If Ole Miss would have shot well from the outside, they tied the record, by the way, 21 3-point shots with 8 minutes to go in the game.
Wow.
Oh, good God. Yeah, I just saw that. 94 points.
And they just
8 minutes to go in the game.
And they just broke it.
That is
Good.
insane.
Good
They've shot
God.
50% from 3 and shot 44 threes.
You're right. They're going to shoot 130 in this game.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this is going to be some Loyola Marymount shit.
Wow.
Good God, they just made another.
Yeah, just hit it. That's
Where's this team been all year?
Yeah, my goodness.
This is the preseason hype team that everybody thought was going to be, the national championship team. If they play like this, it's going to be hard to stop them.
Yeah, BYU could have played just a perfect game tonight, and it wouldn't have mattered because Alabama was hitting their shots and doing.
BYU's got 76 with 8 minutes to go. I mean, they're playing
Yeah.
well. It just doesn't matter. You're right.
It's nuts, and Florida is starting to look like a little bit like Florida. So,
Golly. That's crazy.
Tennessee can't hit 76 in an actual game.
yeah, I talked with Matt Sheehan from Locked On Spartans about the Ole Miss Michigan State game, and we talked about this game is the antithesis of what Ole Miss and Michigan State's going to be, because that game could be like a 59-53 game that only a mother can love.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
man, that's
97 points with 7 minutes to go. Alabama has 46 second half points with 7 minutes to go in the second half.
Good gosh.
I mean, there's a legit chance that they could score 70 in this game, in this half.
In the second half, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've seen that.
Yeah. It's bizarre.
Well, yeah, with D1
Which
teams anyway.
Which, by the way, the new AT&T commercial of like, we'll take whatever your broken phone is, come trade it in any condition, bring it in. You can get up to $1,000 towards a new iPhone. And there's like a lawnmower running over it, an infant throwing it over the side, and you're like, you're using it. It's like, come on, people. There are easier ways to break your iPhone than that.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, come on, we don't need to dig for that. Absolutely nuts.
Oh man.
Remember, if you comment in the comment section, please put where you're commenting from so we can shout that out as well. We appreciate that. Kind of enjoying our watch party a little bit. And good, yeah, Florida's just mauling Maryland on the boards right now.
Yeah, that's about to be a runaway as well.
They are one big Walter Clayton 3-point shot away from this game being done and dusted.
Yep.
Yeah.
But, I mean, listen, UConn played a perfect game against Florida for 35 out of 40 minutes. And in those 5 minutes, Florida was able to freaking go off with Walter Clayton and won the game.
Right.
It's amazing. That is why this Florida team is so good, because you have to be on for 40 minutes.
Yep.
There is no break. That's the reason I think that if Florida – I would take them over Auburn. I would take them over Alabama. I would take them over everybody that they play because of that fact.
Yeah. I mean, they're already beating Alabama twice, so.
And Steve, you mentioned it during the game when we were watching. You know, UConn was ahead. UConn was doing well, and you said, "Yeah, Florida's going to win this game. They just don't deserve it." But you know they're going to come back and win it then, because all UConn has to do is slip once, and Florida's just going to take it. And that's what happened.
And then after the game, Dan Hurley was saying they got robbed. And it's like, no, you didn't get robbed. You just had 5 minutes of playing less than perfect basketball. You just weren't good enough.
Yeah.
You slipped up against a team you can't do that against, you know?
Like BYU came into this game, it's like, we're ready to run with Alabama. And it's like, really?
Yeah. Not really.
You're still there. You still want to play that game?
I'll say nobody wants to play them how they're playing tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a 20-point lead in the Alabama game, 97-77.
Good Lord.
I think Florida's up by 9 points at this point.
Yeah.
I was going to say, the way they're playing and only being ahead 20 just shows you how good BYU's playing.
Yeah, BYU's not playing bad. They just ran into an absolute buzzsaw tonight.
Yeah, they did.
I was going to say, Alabama would be up 40 on anybody else right now.
Yeah. This honestly looks like both the Kentucky games.
Yeah.
And BYU played well against Wisconsin the last game, too. They looked.
Yeah, they did.
It was a battle, but they were the deserved winner.
By the way, in this tournament, I'm becoming more and more anti-alley-oop.
Really?
Yeah, it's just one of those things.
Everybody does it.
Yeah, everybody does it. It doesn't work out. And
But
guess what? You know, here's a surprise. Alabama just hit 100 by making another three.
Good gosh.
They're at 51% on 45 3-point shots in this game.
And there's over 6 minutes to go. They're at 100. Yeah. Yes, but you got to admit the alley-oop is by far the best part of the movie Semi-Pro. God, I love that.
No, it's when he fouls his own teammate because he doesn't want him to make the basket for the corn dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know Chris Beard played on one of those teams, one of those ABA teams?
Oh, cool.
I didn't know that. No.
Yeah. He told a story about some semi-pro team that he played on that was very Jackie Moonish.
Okay.
Yeah, Sears is on fire tonight.
Yeah, he's got 34.
Golly. We needed him to get hot. He's been kind of struggling this tournament.
He got Saunders has 23 and is like, what can you do?
Yeah. It's insane.
No, you got to feel for BYU because there really is nothing you can do.
No.
Yeah,
It's just one of those nights. It just happens.
BYU is shooting 48%. Now, the three-point shots have not been falling. They're at 24% there. They're making their foul shots. They only have 11 turnovers. They have less than Alabama. It's literally just the three-point shots.
Like I said, they're on pace for 90 points at least. It's a good game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it just doesn't matter. Alabama's on pace for 130.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Mm-hmm. God, I don't even like Alabama, but you got to be impressed.
Yeah, definitely.
Jeb, how you feel about the Tennessee-Kentucky game tomorrow night?
Oh, I'm happy to get Kentucky again. We need our revenge. It's about time. Steve talking about Ole Miss Auburn 4. We need Tennessee Kentucky 3. They beat us twice as the only team that could do that without any kind of revenge. We need our revenge.
There you go.
And then I'm wanting Ole Miss to make it to the finals against us so we can get our revenge against them because they'll be the only team we've beaten or got beat by and didn't get revenge on.
I am fine with that.
Yes, exactly.
If you get
Just a revenge tour for Tennessee.
Yeah. If Ole Miss makes it to the championship, Stevens is going to be
So
unbearable.
Jeb, and there's 7 losses. Have they lost to Kentucky, Auburn, and Florida twice?
They lost Auburn once because they only played them once in regular season. And then they beat them in the SEC tournament.
Okay.
So that was our revenge there. We lost to Kentucky twice, have not played them again. We went 1-1 with Florida, but lost to them in the SEC tournament. So, I mean, we do still owe them another one.
They lost to Vandy. That was the game. And we got revenge. Yeah.
Yeah, we beat Vandy later. So we 1-1 against Vandy.
That's
So
crazy.
it really is it's just Kentucky. We just couldn't beat it all. But I don't want to play Alabama again because we beat them on a wild last-second shot that I just
that was
don't
a
think
good
it's
game.
going to repeat and happen again.
Wild game.
Yeah.
Wild game.
I don't want to do that one again.
Was it that last weekend of the regular season? Was it Bama that beat Auburn on the last second shot?
Yeah,
Yes.
and double overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
You just get the feeling in this game Alabama is going to use up all of their three-point shots.
Yeah, unfortunately.
All of the quota for the whole tournament is like, no, sorry, buddy. You're going to play Duke, and they're going to go like 4 for 30.
Yep.
That's about right.
Let's see.
Should have got the live chicken.
And against St. Mary's, Alabama only shot 17 3-pointers in that game and hit 7 of them. So they didn't shoot that much against St. Mary's.
And freaking Alabama is 15 of 16 in free throw line as well. That's an underrated story too.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
kidding.
Oh, they're in a scoring drought right now because they have 2 minutes without a point.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter because they're up by 20, but
You're right, though. It has been 2 minutes.
Yeah, it has.
49 3-point attempts tonight, the most by any team in NCAA tournament history, which they already broke the record of most threes made. Now they need to score a few more points because I'm curious where if they get to the point limit threshold.
What is that?
I don't know.
I want to see it.
And BYU is actually out rebounding Alabama by 1 right now. That's crazy.
It's just a situation to where it just didn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, they're down by 17 points. They played pretty well, and they're like, well, we tried, I guess.
Yeah.
Absolutely nuts.
Oh, unsurprising to your point before, Stephen. Loyola Marymount holds the points record at 149.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna be touched.
Yeah.
And another 3 of Alabama.
Yep,
Yeah.
there's another one.
Yeah, 24 of 50.
Good Lord.
53-point shots in this game.
I think they just need to go ahead and put in all the white boys. Minus Grant Nelson. All the
They need
scrubs on the bench.
The problem is they're only up by 20. Like I said, BYU's playing good enough to where if they were playing anybody else,
They'd be winning right
it'd be a
now.
problem, yeah.
Yeah.
But freaking Mark Sears, 10 of 16 from 3-point range.
Good night.
I'm gonna say I haven't watched enough basketball to know, but is this the best the team's ever looked while getting just utterly beat down? I don't know.
I mean, if you look at the numbers, BYU, they were fun. Like I said, the 3-point thing, 22% right now, that's problematic.
Yeah.
But 18 assists, 33 rebounds, tied with Alabama. Alabama's got 25 assists. That's mainly because of the 3-point shots.
Good night.
But Grant
I'm
Nelson
reading through this record game, and it is 149 to 115 was the score of the game where they set this record in.
Wow.
It was 65 to 58 at halftime.
Nice.
Okay, you got to be impressed with the team scoring 115 and getting beat like that.
Then they scored 84 in the second half.
Golly. Holy mess.
The coach for Loyola and Marymount in that time, have you ever seen Winning Time?
Yep.
Yeah.
On HBO? The coach that was before Pat Riley that came in whenever that all started, that Paul Westphal.
Yep.
That was the coach of those Loyola and Marymount teams. And his philosophy was at that point, just fast break. It wasn't about running offense. It just go, score. So after every basket, it was a fast break to the other end of the field. There was no setting up offense and running offense.
They did a 30 for 30 about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that was also the team that had Bo Kimball on it, and Hank Gathers died, and he shot the free throws left-handed.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
It's pretty good. Also, opening day in baseball season, by the way, today.
Yeah, the Braves lost, of course.
Well, the Dodgers are up 5-3 on the Tigers, so it was a shame. The good news is the Tigers opened up on the road at Los Angeles, to where you don't have to worry about the Dodgers anymore after this. The bad news is they opened up on the road against the Dodgers.
Twins lost to the Cardinals today.
Dang.
I always find it weird. First series of the year is interleague. That's still interesting to me.
Yeah.
Hey, Spencer Torkelson hit a bomb. So did Otani, but Torkelson hit a bomb. Oh, nice.
Did Otani pitch today too?
No, it was Blake Snell.
Oh, I forgot about him. Yeah, I guess he's technically their ace.
No, everybody's their ace.
Well, pretty much. They're
God. Yeah, I mean,
then the rich get richer for them.
Yeah,
they
have become what the Yankees were.
Right. Yankees used to buy everybody up. Now they just they don't put the money out like they used to.
Now it's the Dodgers and the Mets are trying to get there.
Yeah.
I know Yamamoto's pitching for the Dodgers tomorrow. I think he's going against Flaherty. Is that right, Steven?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's going to be getting his World Series ring on that they're doing that ceremony tomorrow.
Oh, good for him.
Flaherty's pitching for the Tigers, so he'll get his World Series ring.
That's good.
I like that the Tigers traded Jack Flaherty to the Dodgers for 2 really good prospects. Like Trey Sweeney playing shortstop. He was the shortstop in the playoffs. He got called up. I mean, really good prospects. And then after 6 months, it was over. The Tigers re-signed Jack Flaherty. So they just basically got those prospects for nothing.
Yeah.
That's funny.
There's something wrong about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worked out for both sides, I guess. Dodgers did get a ring out of it.
Yeah. Because he was good in that playoff run. He was really good.
Very good.
The Gators are up by 14.
Yeah, that game looked like it's pretty much over too.
That's crazy. Ronaldo Lopez is pitching for the Braves tomorrow, and last year he went 8-5, but he had a 1.99 ERA, and he lost 5 games. That just shows how bad though.
Yeah.
Last year, at one point, Reese Olson, for the Tigers was 0-10 with like a 3.1 ERA.
Good gosh.
Yeah, it's like they just lost games that he pitched in. Oh, Condon's back, by the way, and the Gators are playing like Condon's back.
Are the White Sox going to hit the over on wins this year? It's the lowest total in the live ball era.
They won today.
Okay. 51.5 wins is their that's the betting line.
And I remember this in 2015. Shelby Miller pitched for the Braves. He went 6-17 that year and had a 3.02 ERA.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's good, but they had support. That's when the Braves were terrible.
They were.
The ups and downs have been a Braves fan, Jeff.
So the winner of the Kentucky-Tennessee game is going to go to the Elite Eight.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have Alabama in the Elite Eight, and you're going to have Florida because Florida's up by like 16 at this point. That's going to happen. So it comes down to whether Arkansas can beat Texas Tech, Ole Miss can beat Michigan State, or
Auburn beat Michigan.
Or Auburn beat Michigan
for
4 teams of the Elite Eight to be from the SEC.
Yeah.
I really think that of the games left, the toughest stretch for, they get to Elite Eight, it's got to be the Auburn game. I mean, Michigan just matches up well to them.
Wouldn't it be 6 best case scenario out of the final 8?
Yeah.
Yes, I think so, because the one that would be they're 6 and 7 play each other, so one of those have to go home.
Houston, Purdue's not, and then the Duke, Arizona, but the other 6 all could be.
Hey, that Houston-Purdue matchup is really interesting. That could be a good
Purdue's
game.
Playing well too.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Did y'all see the Jimmy Fallon? Good guy. Hey, newsflash: Alabama just hit another 3.
Yeah.
Wait,
Corey is out of his kitchen tonight.
Yeah.
I had to jump in here quick.
Yeah, you must have the show already.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
On these away games, I have to take kids home too. So it just takes a long time.
So you're the coach and pretty much the babysitter. Sounds like.
That's
you're
what
like
sports is.
Chris Farley on the bus.
Yeah, sports at that age range. That's what you are.
Yeah, you're the head chef, you're the athletic trainer, the driver, the psychologist, the coach, the parent. You're everything.
Alabama's got 111.
If Arkansas beats Texas Tech tonight, SEC fans are about to be unbearable.
Yeah.
Everybody better get ready for that after this.
I love it.
I mean, it's already kind of there. As someone who's half in that world, half not, it's already pretty close.
Yeah, it is a situation to where they just need an upset win over a Big 12 team to all of a sudden just start chirping because Maryland should not have gotten blown out like this.
Yeah.
No.
Florida and the Maryland people are going to be railing on their coach, who it sounds like is leaving anyway, and they're just hating on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to Villanova, right?
That's what it sounds like, yeah.
Are they just mad he's leaving? Because he's done a great job there.
I think so.
Yeah, they're mad he's leaving. It's sour grapes.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
They have the best nickname of their starting lineup, playing off of the Fab Five. They call themselves the Crab Five.
Oh, that's a good one. That's good.
Crab cakes in football. That's what Maryland does.
Yeah.
Blonde guy is in, whatever that means.
Blind guys in, Shawanski.
Yeah, they've emptied the bench.
This is crazy. I was so ready to get in on the show that I didn't even turn the TV on to have the basketball on behind me. But
they took a point off Alabama. That's 110. That was 111, but they still scored 110 points at least.
Good gosh, dude.
Oh, so one of their record-breaking threes didn't count.
I don't know.
It must have been a 2.
His foot was on the line.
Yeah, pretty much.
I did see one of the coolest pregame things today, though. The Richie Saunders for BYU. Did you guys hear the thing about his grandpa? Invented the tater tot. Pretty cool.
Nice.
Wow, interesting. You're gonna make me hungry.
Yeah.
Dude, but speaking of hunger, they were cooking something on the sideline. And
Oh my gosh, I'm at another 3.
Yeah, they made another 3. It's out of 20 seconds.
Is it like that? Is it like that Family Guy bit where it's like corner 3?
It's kind of. Alabama, Corey, you have no idea what this game has been like. Alabama from 3-point range in this game, 25 of 51.
Good God.
Have they taken any other shots besides threes?
NCAA tournament
Not many.
records for 3-point
They
made in attempts.
they are 10 of 15 from 2-point range.
Jeez. The other team possessed the
Ball
ball.
game.
Though?
Ball game.
Good Lord.
They slowed way down too.
Yeah.
And
With about 7.5 minutes to go, Alabama was at 100 points.
yeah,
Who are y'all playing?
BYU.
The tater tots.
Yeah.
They're gonna get a chance to eat a lot of tater tots after tonight because they're going home.
Yeah. And Richie Saunders had 25 points.
Okay.
Yeah.
He played well.
He did.
Yeah. They all played well. That's the thing. BYU got beat by 25 and played well.
They scored 89, 86, 89, something like that.
88.
88. You score 88 points in the game. Most of the time you win.
Yeah.
They scored 40 and 48 in both of the halves.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
You just
They gave up 51 and 62.
They didn't turn it over that much. Yeah.
No. Their turnovers were at 11.
Mm-hmm.
Rebounds, they actually lost the rebounding battle by 1.
Mm-hmm.
They made their foul shots. They were iffy from 3-point range, but Mark Sears and Aiden Holloway was just otherworldly tonight.
yeah.
And
Are we heading
Youngblood
for
had
Ole Miss
19 as well.
Are we heading for
What's
Ole
that?
Miss all 4?
I think so.
You're feeling
think
pretty
so.
good.
It's a very good chance.
Yeah.
You're feeling pretty
Um,
good.
I'm not ready to underestimate Michigan State. They're pretty good. And they're
You
pretty
can't
good every year. Yeah.
You can't underestimate a 2 seed.
No.
Yeah, they're going to be good. But I genuinely think that Ole Miss is just playing. They've had 25-point leads in both of their tournament games.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. Now, I do think this basketball game, Ole Miss and Michigan State, is going to be a rock fight. I predicted Ole Miss wins the game like 59-53. It's going to be the opposite of the Alabama BYU game. And Tom Izzo, Chris Beard, all of that. If you like basketball and if you like ball, you're going to like this game. If you like points, you're probably not going to like this game.
Yeah.
The casual fans are going to run far away from this game.
Mm-mm.
So what else? What else is going on, boys? What did I miss?
Let's see. Had made my Amazon debut this week.
Awesome.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Uh-huh. And I was on with ABC 24 today for about 20 minutes. That was actually the opening act for Ron Slay.
Wow.
So yeah, talking about the game. That was pretty good. Talking with Avery Braxton of ABC 24. That was awesome. And basically tomorrow, honestly, in 12 hours, I'll be done with my first round of pre-op appointments to where I have to get a CT scan and my MRIs to get that set up and baseline for my surgery.
Oh, nice.
And
Yeah.
that's next month on the 16th, right?
Yeah, next
Yep.
month on the 16th.
Hey, what? Before you go under, I need a list of topics you want me to host about, or if you just want me to just wheel and deal, I can do that.
No, the whole thing with the Locked On Vandy thing, just pick something to just do a show about Ole Miss from the Vandy perspective. That's all.
Oh, so like host your show from the Vandy perspective.
No, host your show about Ole Miss. I want it to be on your skin, a Locked On Vandy show that's on my channel.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was confused at what you wanted on that.
Yeah. Yeah. I it's not that you're hosting my show. I want your show on my channel just to kind of that's advertisement for what y'all are doing, and got to get your perspective on the Ole Miss offense and Ole Miss team going into next season.
Gotcha. Because I was going to straight up.
If you need an episode filler for that, Steven, I can just talk about like the new guys they brought in the portal and how they're looking in spring ball, stuff like that too.
That might not be a bad idea for the Corey thing.
Okay.
Y'all just kind of get together and just do a joint show.
Mike, I might lean on you a good bit here.
Okay.
Joint shows. Just to get another voice out there. I'm just like running dry right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ole Miss is a win against Michigan State away from dominating the transfer portal.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's the names that I've heard that Ole Miss is in on, that they're just kind of waiting to see what happens. It's all Chris Beard type players, but all high level. If you thought this year there were some high level guys, next year would be a little bit more high level.
Hey, could you guys send Malik Dia back to Vandy? That would be great.
Malik Dia is going to be, if Ole Miss beats Michigan State, Malik Dia is going to be the reason.
And he's probably going to the NBA, right?
Potentially, yeah. Although there's a chance he could come back. He has another year of eligibility.
What's eligibility?
Yeah, it's a myth.
Yeah, that's it's a myth.
Everybody has an extra year of eligibility.
That's true. Steve, as a lifelong Tigers fan, did you see opening day today?
It's going on as we speak right now.
You got like dual monitor?
No, I'm watching the basketball game and every now and then checking out like these scores. Right now in the top of the ninth, Dodgers are leading the Tigers 5-4.
Did you say the Braves got beat, Corey?
I did not. I saw that the game had started and I hadn't checked back in on it.
Well,
7-4.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
I guess I don't need to investigate then.
I guess my mother-in-law did not have a good evening.
Who was on the bump? Was it Strider?
No, Strider won't be back till the end of April, and Acuna will be back at the end of May. So we just got to hold out until then, but I don't know how good we're going to be.
Florida's up by 20 with 3 minutes to go.
Sell pitched.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Chris
gave it 3 runs in five innings. Hector Neris, I think we got him from Houston or the Cubs last year or something, or this year we signed him, and he gave it 3 runs out of the bullpen.
Nice.
Yeah.
It
didn't end well.
Yeah.
Surprising for this time of year, we have potentially 2 head coaching openings in the FBS this week. Stanford got one a couple days ago, fired Taylor, and today Kent State put Kenny Burns on administrative leave. So they're going to try to fire him with cause.
Wow.
What did he do?
He lost.
Several months ago, there was a little hoo-ha about he was severely in debt for gambling, and a business took him to court about it, like to repay his debts. And allegedly it was because of gambling debts. I don't know if this is about that because that was a while ago, but I think similar to the Brian Harsin situation, they're just looking for a way to get him with cause because he's terrible. And even for how bad they've been, and he's only been there 2 years, I think his contract goes 4 or 5 more years, and it's a pretty sizable buyout, which they're not going to want to pay.
And you got to watch that, though. Tennessee got Pruitt fired for cause, and now he's suing the NCAA for $100 million.
Yeah.
So,
$100 million. Yeah.
What's hilarious, if he wins that, he still barely beat Jimbo's buyout.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Terrible.
Like I just one of these FBS schools just hire me, and then just give me like a $2 million buyout, and you can fire me after year 1. Like I'm
with you there.
You can fire me in 6 months. Just give me my money. You know?
I
don't have to coach the first game. Just fire me over the summer or something.
Just don't fire me for cause.
Right.
Yeah.
It's because I hate you.
Yeah.
That's why. That's the cause.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, Stanford. Holy
I
cow.
love that. Talk about the Jimbo Fisher buyout. Through the end of his contract, it breaks down to $26,000 a day that they are paying him.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely nuts. And by the way, Ole Miss fans, pay attention to Chris Davis in that situation. He's from Picayune, Mississippi. He's a running back, and with the quarterback, with the coach getting fired and a transfer portal window that's about to open, pay attention.
Yeah. Any notable names coming from Stanford besides the one Steve just doled out, Mike?
Nobody yet, no. But I think when the official window opens, we might see more.
I saw a little nugget today that as of now, Ty Simpson still is in the driver's seat of being the quarterback at Alabama next year. He's looking good in spring. 3-4 touchdown passes a day. Of course, I don't know if they're just like doing 7-on-7s or what, but if they're running full gear and everything, and he threw 4 touchdown passes against that defense, I'm kind of concerned.
I'm hearing on my end that Caleb Odom is reminding people a little bit of DK Metcalf out there on the outside with what he can do.
I wish he would have got to play more last year. He's going to be special, I do believe.
Yeah.
He's tall and lanky and just
he's not lanky anymore. He's 230 pounds.
Nice.
Thick. Yeah, he's thick as can be now.
Good.
And it basically Ole Miss has got it set up to where they can run actual 12 personnel with Daquan Wright and Luke Haas, put Caleb Odom in as the secondary wide receiver with Deshaun Stribling, and you can go 10 personnel, 11 personnel, and 13 personnel offenses at tempo to where the other team is not going to be able to match up, and you have the body type to do it. I think that is the next level, and I think that's how Lane Kiffin is going to play 4D chess in this helmet communication era.
Yeah.
You can, just being able to have that versatility, Steve, is ridiculous because you can't cover those guys and you can't adjust and you can't take your base personnel off the field. It's really good.
Yeah, that's kind of where I think they're going, because if you looked at what they got in the transfer portal with Caleb Odom and Luke Haas and Trace Bruckler, 3 tight ends and all that, they were obviously thinking that we need to set this offense up in a different way.
Yeah, especially with Austin Simmons' ability to run a little bit too.
Yeah.
By the way, man, Austin's tearing it up this spring. Nobody's talking about it because everything's kind of slowed down, but Austin's tearing it up right now.
Also, probably nobody's talking about it because nobody's surprised, really. Right, Steve?
They shouldn't be. I think he should be getting more hype than the certain quarterback that's over in Texas. I think Austin Simmons has a chance to be unbelievably special.
How's Stribling doing? Hearing anything about him? He was in it. One that interested me.
The phrase that I heard is he can do Trey Harris like things. He's not Trey Harris, but he can do some of the same stuff. So that means he's probably setting himself up to be the one.
Yeah.
And Steve, an updated mock draft has Jackson Dart going 21 now to the Steelers. I have seen him as high as 3, so.
And the Steelers getting rid of Russell Wilson, that kind of lets you know where their head's at.
Right. I
think that the Steelers are the floor for Jackson Dart. Yeah. I think there's a chance that he ends up in New Orleans.
That'd be good.
And I think I
don't know if it'd be good for him.
well,
as an Ole Miss person that knows what Archie Manning went through, I would be very nervous for Jackson. My anxiety would be off the charts.
Yeah.
So Steelers would be a good spot, though.
Yeah.
I think the Falcons are going to draft him because they need to draft another first round quarterback.
They do.
Yeah. And it looks like Cam Ward is tagged for the Titans, at number 1. If they don't trade it, there's a lot.
Hey, how do you feel about that?
I think he's tagged to the first spot. It's just will the Titans be there?
Right, exactly.
Jake, how do you feel about that?
Need a quarterback because I don't think Will Levis is a future there, but you have so many things you need to plug there. Trade that number 1 pick, get several draft picks later in the first round, maybe get 2 first-round picks out of it, and get a couple of seconds maybe, and then you can plug some players in that you need. But if we get a quarterback of the future, let Levis play next year and let Cam, learn the playbook a little bit. But Brian Callahan's got to do somewhere. He's going to be on the hot seat. He's probably already on the hot seat, but he's going to get fired if he don't do something.
I wonder if Kitty will be there to trade the first pick, though. I mean, it's a pretty deep draft, but Hunter Carter notwithstanding, maybe no stars. Like maybe you couldn't get enough to trade out of that spot for what you want.
I was gonna say
That's true.
I feel like they could get a trade request, but not what they want out of it.
Yeah,
And
Right.
I think they're going to end up just deciding, you know what, we're going to roll with Cam and see how it goes.
Yep.
Because he
Yeah.
could be your franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, he
Yeah.
could turn out and be
Huh.
Jaden Daniels, which I don't think nobody was surprised when he hit, but I think
Yeah.
everybody was surprised with how quickly
yeah.
he hit.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yep.
No, I liked him coming out in the draft, but I did not expect his season that he had.
I'll be fine moving down a little bit and then maybe picking up a Jackson Dart who can sit 2 or 3
Yeah.
years and grow and then plug him if you need to. But
Steve McNair plan. If you can do Steve
Right.
McNair plan, do Steve McNair plan.
absolutely. That worked
No,
out
I
well.
think if you can find the trading partner, that is definitely the best deal for them.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with Mike. I just don't know that anybody's willing to give up enough to get up to the number 1 this year.
Where's Shador going?
Probably number 2. I think they got him at number 2.
2 or 3. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so the
Brown.
SEC played 2 games in the Sweet 16, and in both games, all of the bench got cleared inside of a minute.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter
a-
to the Patriots. That's a interesting.
And they just signed Stephon Diggs too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be their dream if he'd fall to 4.
No kidding.
Yeah, if Hunter falls to
Yeah.
4, that would be massive. I don't know or think that he does, but if he does, that would be really big for New England.
Our boy Anthony Richardson, they had to go get Daniel Jones to go compete with him.
Wow.
That is Indiana Jones to you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Steve. Sorry.
Indiana Jones. If he's in Indianapolis.
What about the Giants signing Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston?
Yeah, obviously not expecting to get a quarterback this year.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't.
They still didn't.
Yeah. Right.
Mr. Unlimited.
Which one of you are going to get blamed for this season?
Right.
Although both of them are probably pretty much essentially on 1-year deals, so I guess they could draft a quarterback and expect him to sit for a year, but I don't see it.
They're sitting at 3 too. They're in like the worst.
Yeah.
They'll get like Abdul Carter though, probably.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
where he's predicted to go.
So Hunter
Yeah.
could fall to 4.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd think it'd be Carter or Hunter because they go QB, and Pear and Carter with Thibodeau could be a very good 2 guys coming off of the edge.
Yeah, that would definitely be good for their defense.
Yeah.
So the
Carter's
Tigers
robbed
lost
one out of the
5-4. They ended up losing the game 5-4. But hey, you lose on day 5-4. I'm okay.
Yeah.
The Dodgers they wore their gold uniforms and gold logos because they won the championship. It looks stupid, but
It did.
doesn't change that they did it.
Most of what's it, City Series or City? What are the ones that they all look? Maybe they don't all look good, but most of them don't look great.
Oh, the City Connect jerseys.
City Connect, that's it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. If I get named commissioner of baseball, the first rule in the first 15 minutes of me being hired for the job is eliminating City Connect jerseys.
Was it 2 weeks ago we were talking about the Cubs ones are mimicking the Expos?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Somebody's got to give the Expo some love though.
Yeah.
So the first 15 minutes should do that, and then your next thing 15 minutes later would be eliminating the DH in the NL. Steve.
Yes. The designated hitter in the National League needs to go away.
Yep.
The overtime or the extra inning base runner that
Oh my
goes
gosh.
away.
That's yeah.
Basically, we rewind it all the way back to 1995. We
So
make
the
it.
Braves win the championship.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Twins won 2 in the previous
one
8
10
years. Okay. Yeah.
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 We're rewinded it to that point. We make it to where you
I mean,
are
that's the height of the
incentiv-
steroid era if we're rewinding it to then, so we have to talk about that.
Yeah,
We
bring it
made-
on. Bring on the steroids.
we make it to where you're penalized by arm injuries. So you're forced to protect arm injuries
Mm-hmm.
and your staff. Maybe there's a maximum number of pitchers that you can have in a calendar season.
Ooh, nice.
So they're not going to go out there and throw their arm out every single inning to where they actually have to learn to pitch again.
And if I was a manager or a GM of a team, I would go hire Greg Maddux as your pitching coach.
Mm-hmm.
Learn those corners and location.
You certainly don't want to hire him to paint your house because he's only
No.
going to pick the corners.
Right.
I wonder what Greg Maddux is doing now.
He's
He
in
did.
Las Vegas living his best life.
He was coaching the pitchers at UNLV for a bit when his kid was on the kid or his nephew. It might have been his or Mike's boy, but he was coaching at UNLV for a bit.
Isn't Mike Maddox, isn't he a manager?
He's pitching coach for Texas or something like that.
Yeah, he was with the Rangers.
The pitching coach for the Reds, I had his son in class. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
he's like a strength intern at Kentucky for the baseball team. Pretty cool.
The son or the dad?
The son.
Oh,
dad,
cool.
The dad's still with the Reds somehow.
Okay. Seemed like a step back. That's why I was asking.
So
He just decided to go to college and intern after being with the
have y'all seen any of 1923 this season?
I've seen the first 2 episodes. I
I ain't seen any.
I've
Yet.
seen all but the most recent one.
It is basically, tell me what you think. This is my description of it. It's like if Russia made a travel video about America.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
My thing was, like, granted, haven't seen the most recent one, but up to then, there'd been a lot of traveling and stuff. But in terms of integral to the plot, nothing's really happened.
No.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
Steve, your warning for episode 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still gotta watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I was like, oh. Yeah. So Steve was right.
But
There's
we'll
what?
see. We'll see. Eventually they're going to make it back to Montana, I think.
On the last episode, apparently.
Yeah.
That's gonna have to be a 3-hour long episode just to get the plot points, everything taken care of. It's crazy.
Yeah. They've kind of last season of Game of Thrones it.
Yeah.
That's a fair assumption.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really know that reference. So
Game of Thrones is a really good TV series.
And then the last season was crap.
Yeah, it's very disappointing.
The storyline, anyway. Still
Yeah.
did some just amazing things on camera.
Mm-hmm.
But man, the storyline just terrible.
It's like this rushed it. It seemed like just all right, we made our money on this. Let's just get it over with and
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whenever
they built
they
up
ju-
all these stories, all these lines, and then the last season they were like, screw it, just end it. We don't
Yeah,
care.
the House of the
Yeah.
Dragon is a spinoff of it now, I think, or something, right?
it's a prequel.
A
Yeah.
prequel, yeah.
Yeah. But Game of Thrones is basically just completely ripping off Joe Dirt with the "You're my sister, you're my sister." You know.
Oh, God.
how dare they?
There's a lot of that going on.
No.
Uh,
Yep, turns out they were sitting in Alabama. I'm
yeah.
just kidding. I'm
Yeah.
kidding. Okay.
Man,
Which, by the way, Birmingham Stallions starting their quest for a quad peat. Saturday.
that would be a 4-peat.
Yeah.
yeah,
Skip Holt still the head coach there.
he is.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
That'd be a
And
4-peat.
they've got Matt Corral running around.
Yeah, they're low loaded.
Yeah.
They might beat some NFL teams. They're that good.
I don't like the fact that their secondary color is khaki.
Yeah, I don't
That
like
bothers
either.
me.
Khaki.
Yeah, it's like their mascot is Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
Khakis. She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy.
Yeah,
So.
So it should be really interesting to see. I've got, let's see, I'll do the show next week, but next week will be my last show that I'm on SEC After Dark until well into my recovery.
Okay.
But I am going to do it next week because I need to complain about the officiating in the Michigan State game.
Who are you, Dan Hurley?
Don't let him. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had
Isn't it investigated by the Raleigh police?
No, the sports information guy who threatened to ruin the guy's life that videotaped his don't let him F you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and people need to realize threats are assault. They can be illegal.
Yeah.
And stuff like that you got to be careful, because if you're in the wrong place talking to the wrong guy, you can end up on the wrong end of that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Now, it won't be Dan Hurley, but that poor SID that's making $35,000 a year, that's an associate SID, going to be sitting possibly in a Raleigh jail.
and thinking about what's his next move after he gets out.
Yeah.
Yeah. University's not going to keep you around after that.
Yeah.
Did y'all see that thing I shared in the chat a few days ago? The Georgia sorority girl who got arrested.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
she got rearrested again, and her eyes are just like that. I think that first arrest and jail time made her a little crazy.
Kirby Smart on line one.
Yeah.
I still, one of my favorite joke right now, the new Joe Milton that's starting to percolate, is Mike Bobo should drive all the players because nobody can slow down to drive like Mike Bobo.
That is so good.
And that joke right now is kind of becoming into that Joe Milton thing, or the Dan Mullen, or the Kentucky will not beat Florida before the environment does, the Atlantic does. That level joke, that's what this Mike Bobo joke is leading to right now.
Yeah. Dude, Nitro Tuggle is driving 107 miles an hour. Why are you driving over 100 miles an hour?
Okay, the biggest free space in the history of the world is somebody from Georgia named Nitro getting a speeding ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not
put that on my bingo card.
Yeah, it's like, good gosh, especially in Georgia, and I guarantee you it was probably in a Dodge Challenger.
Probably.
It was, and it was.
It wasn't the one. He wasn't the one that crashed into the apartment complex.
No.
No, that was the other guy, but
That's
that was
crazy.
also a Dodge Challenger.
Both of those guys got suspended for the team, by the way.
Yeah.
So maybe Kirby's done with it.
Maybe.
Nah, somebody else will.
Yeah.
Somebody else in a Dodge Charger. These kids these days, they just there was a kid at my school yesterday in the parking lot, was just like doing donuts and driving like an asshole.
Did he get expelled?
I don't think they did anything with him, but
There's the reason they do it right there.
Yeah.
If I would have gotten there in my pickup truck and cut donuts in the middle of school and in the parking lot and acting like a fool, I would not be in school anymore.
No.
That's the way that used to work. The fact that it just doesn't now is like, oh my goodness, he's out of control and there's nothing we can do. No, screw that.
restorative.
That kid needs to be studying for his GED right now.
Yeah.
Or tell him he can't drive to school. You can take the school bus, or parents can drive him.
Yeah.
Maybe you get to the point where you do permits to park on campus. Maybe
the school I taught at, that's what we had. You had to have a parking pass to park in the lot.
Yep.
But there's no consequences anymore for anything.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's crazy. I see that firsthand. Like the kids are just in an all-time, they're just annoying because they know that nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, they're kind of like we have sandhill cranes down here. Mm-hmm. I call them 4-foot birds. They just walk around the neighborhood. They'll walk literally up to you. They don't care. You know why? Because they know that nothing can happen to them because they're protected.
Yeah.
So and they know that somehow intrinsically they'll just walk up. I've seen Sandhill Cranes walk up to the front door on the doorbell camera.
That's
and just
great.
like, hey, how you doing? And it's a 4-foot bird. It's like a miniature ostrich just walking around your yard. But yeah, kids kind of had the same thing going.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just walk up. I don't know about Florida, but they up here they just kind of do whatever they want.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
They talk however they want. Like a kid will cuss you out, no problem.
Yeah.
And okay, and this isn't meant to get political at all, but you want to know why the political system has gotten where it was. People are starting to get fed up with this.
Mm-hmm.
And they want somebody somewhere, and they don't care how it happens, to say no and to put their foot down and have the, I guess, the guts to do it.
Yeah.
And whoever it is, it doesn't matter what their policy is, they're willing to support that.
Yeah.
And I mean I think that's why the guy that's in there now, I think that's why he won, because he is the master of putting his foot down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just, hey, we're going to end all the bullshit.
Yeah. And all of this stuff that has happened over the last 10, 15 years. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope it was fun. I hope it was real.
I hope you had fun. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah. We're about to re-enter a period where rules are out there.
We have rules, guys.
Yeah. And young people are going to have to find out that they have to follow rules because there are consequences. And you're ending up as a refrigerator repairman because you flunked out of art school. But the good news is you're not going to have $60,000 in student loan debt.
Hey, I think refrigerator repairmen make pretty good money. I might actually.
Well, they do. They absolutely do. But we've gotten to the point where a whole generation look at skilled trades as something beneath them.
Yeah.
And
not in my school. The kids, like, they would prefer the skilled trades.
Well,
That's good.
That's good, because too many art history majors out there right now.
So we have this thing called Tea and Promise, and they get 2 free years of community college or trade school.
Nice.
So a lot of them, like, we have a good portion of kids that'll go to trade school and community college, and then we have a good portion of kids who will go to those places with the intention of transferring to a 4-year, and they never transfer. They just end up, and then some of them will go there and transfer.
All right. 2 minutes.
2 minutes. All right. So the SEC representing strong in this
Dominated tonight.
Yep.
It's that time of year. It's the craziness that lies between February and April, and this is great for the show. This is great for the conference that we get to rule another sport. And,
Third month hysteria.
Yeah, third month hysteria. I don't hate the fact that third month hysteria now belongs to the SEC as well.
Mm-hmm. SEC is getting there in baseball too. Honestly,
hopefully it's a long-term thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, speaking of long-term things, Mike Huseman is going to eventually be a long-term fixture on this channel, not just this show. He's going to have his own gig, so that's in the works. That's being workshopped and logistics are being had. Jeb Beecham, same way. His show is under construction. We'll get one soon. Jake Thomas, Tide Talk Live. I'm not sure where it stands. Eventually it could come onto this channel.
Bam After Dark.
Bam After Dark.
It's in the works too.
It's in the works. Stephen Willis, the Locked On Ole Miss, the most watched Ole Miss show around. He says to everybody in his competition, bring it. And then I'm Corey Burton, Locked On Vandy, and soon to be. We're working on a name. It's not going to be Dogs After Dark.
Thought you were going to announce something there, and you're like, it's soon to be something else.
It's going to be. It's happening. We just got to get the name and get the stuff built, but it's going to happen. We just don't have a name yet. But it's Israel and I are going to jump over here to SEC jump over here to the After Dark channel and do our thing. We're going to talk general sports and life and just trade stories and shoot the shit, really. That's going to be kind of our brand. That way, it's just not all just Georgia news, because quite frankly, the Georgia podcast world is already saturated. We're just kind of buried in the abyss of all that. So that's going to happen. But as of right now, Locked On Vandy, got all my energy going into that at this moment, but soon to be Corey and Israel After Dark at some point.
Nice.
Nice.
That's
Awesome.
not going to be the name of the show, but it'll be. It's going to happen. But until next time, we'll see you back here for Steve's last show before a hiatus, before a brain surgery break. So we hope all goes well, and we'll send him off in a great fashion. But until then, we'll see you back here next week. SEC After Dark. Peace. Go Dogs. Anchor down.